continue on here with our media availabilities at Iowa. We're now joined by Kyle Larson, driver the number 5 Chevrolet for Hendrick Motorsports. If you have a question for Kyle, please raise your hand and we'll get a mic to you. Who wants to take the first one? We'll go right up here to Tim.
Tim Moore, Motorsports Today. Kyle, I'm wondering from your perspective, as you were the pole sitter here last year, you have to go all the way back to 2019 when the last time a pole sitter in particular had won a short track race. Why is it so hard to, or for you guys in the next gen especially, to get the pole and go on to win the race in general? Does it have to do with the traffic, or is there any reason in particular why it's been difficult?
Yeah, I mean, that's a surprising stat, so I'm not sure I have a great answer other than, the field's just tighter now, so, there's more probably teams that have an opportunity to win if, things go right, and then, next gen races are a little bit more chaotic and stuff, but I would have thought that a pole sitter had won, in that amount of time, but since 2019.
Denny at Bristol.
Damn, because that's even the old car, so I don't know. That's wild.
And you look at this year with Hendrick, you guys are 1 through 3. You're in the mix for the regular season championship. Just, is there anything different for this year in terms of the competitiveness of having that opportunity to race against your teammates for regular season championship? And how would you recap this year to this point?
Well, yeah, it's been great to see, Hendrick Motorsports is, atop the standings right now, or at least, 3 of us are, and with just a few races left till the end of the regular season. So, that's something to be proud of, but there's still a lot of racing left, and the playoffs can get crazy. But, I feel like our team was really, really strong to start the year. We kind of had those, 5 or 6 weeks where we had fallen off a little bit, but, these last 2 have gone well. So, we were competitive here at Iowa last year, and I'm sure track will probably feel different. I'm assuming, with the age, the pavements obviously change color quite a bit, so I'd imagine grip would be a little bit different. But we'll see. Excited to get out there and practice, and hopefully qualifying goes well, and we can be fast again.
We'll go to Wyatt on your left, Kyle.
Wyatt Watson, frontstretch.com. Kyle, good to see you again. Corey Day last week had, I'd say, his breakout race at IRP, finishing second, looked quick enough to possibly battle for a lead if there was a couple more laps in that race. Have you gotten to talk to him this week as he's wrapping up qualifying here in Xfinity, and what did you say to him?
No, I mean, he was just, part of the competition meeting on Monday, and, just talk through his race some. It was, good to see him have a strong run there. It was a track that I thought may, suit his style, being able to move around and search for grip and things. And, he was probably one of the first, if not the first, running below the apron that night and found some speed that way. So, it just lends itself to a dirt guy's background probably. But, yeah, he's been slowly getting better here lately in the stock car stuff, and I'm sure gaining confidence. So, yeah, I'm hopeful and excited to see, how he keeps going in the 17 car. I'm not sure where he is in qualifying currently, but we're always cheering him on, and it's tough to learn, these days with limited practice and no testing, and you're really reliant on the sim, which that's a complete guess. So it's much tougher for the young guys to learn these days. So it's been good to see him kind of figuring it out here lately.
And with the placement of Iowa this weekend, a week before Nationals, does this weekend really gear you up heading into another Knoxville Nationals where you could potentially win another one?
I mean, logistically, it's just nice, being here, getting to run 3-6 at Nationals this weekend, and I'm staying in Knoxville for the next, or for about 2 weeks. So, and the next week, the logistics get a little hectic as we get to the weekend, but that's all normal. So, but no, it's always a fun time of year for me. I love Knoxville Nationals, and it's even better, having us here this weekend to allow the mechanics and other drivers to cruise over there and take in some good racing this weekend.
Thank you, Kyle.
We'll go to Bob up front and then work our way over here to the right.
Bob Pockers, Fox Sports. You were fast here last year. Do you feel like any of the same stuff will work this year, or because of change of tire and track aging a year that not a whole lot is relevant?
Yeah, I mean, I'm going into it at least with the mindset of myself that it's going to be, at least not the same. But you just never know until you get out there. So, yeah, like I mentioned, we were fast last year, but I think it was the first time here with the repave, and that presents challenges to everybody. So the field was pretty, I felt like not as tight as a normal next gen race. So it allowed for some good racing, and passing was easier. I would imagine this year everybody's narrowed in on their setups way better. So I imagine it'll be really hard to pass, and execution is going to mean even more than it did last year. So, but yeah, obviously your car's got to be handling good too. But we'll see. I think we're a little bit different, setup this year, and hopefully, it's better.
We'll go right back over here to Jerry. Stay over there, and then we'll come to the right.
Jerry Jordan kicking the tire site net. Have you looked back last week to see if you could have done anything different on Bubba? Because I mean, restart after restart, he was holding you off, and we're not used to seeing that from you. You tend to get around people and win races.
It's Indy. Tell me when anybody's want to restart from the outside.
Okay, I get it.
We'll go to Ryan right over here.
Ryan Kemna, the racing experts. Hey Kyle, any thoughts on Stuart Friesen's big block modified wreck? And if you have an opinion, what does the NASCAR garage think about him and like about him?
Well, yeah, it's obviously devastating to see the crash and then see the results of the crash with the injuries and whatnot. So yeah, a very serious accident, kind of a crazy one that you don't really see happen too often in big blocks. But yeah, I mean, our thoughts and prayers definitely go out to Stuart, and hoping for a speedy recovery and something that hopefully wouldn't alter his abilities in the race car when he does get healed back up. But yeah, I mean, he's a gritty racer, and one I respect a lot. He runs Truck Series races on Friday, and then flies to races big block the rest of the weekend, and that's just shows the passion that he has for racing, and yeah, like I mentioned, just hopefully he can have a speedy healthy recovery.
Connor Ferguson with Always Race Day. Kyle, you were super fast here last year, and you got into that incident with Daniel Suarez, I believe. When you're that fast at a track, especially one that's this new to the schedule, and you have that missed opportunity where something goes haywire and you come back to it, does it put a little chip on your shoulder or give you a little extra confidence coming into this weekend about what Sunday could bring?
No, it doesn't. Just because, like I said, I think teams just some teams missed the setup last year, and I'm speaking of mostly like Gibbs, a top tier organization. So I would imagine there's gonna be 6 more competitive cars this year. So it's gonna be, and the RFK cars are way better. They struggled here last year. Spire's gotten so much better. So no, I don't think you're gonna have somebody be as stand out as what us and maybe the 12 were last year in this race. But hopefully we've hit on it again, and we're really, really fast. But I would imagine the field to be way tighter.
Any final questions for Kyle? No? All right, Kyle. Best of luck this weekend. Thank you.